It's time for our nursing tip of the week, and I thought for this week's tip, we could talk about how to cope with all of the crazy things that we see as nurses. If you've been a nurse for more than like 2 minutes, you probably know that you experience a lot of trauma on a day-to-day basis when you are working as a nurse. And I'm just going to throw this out there. The majority of nurses do not take care of their mental health enough for all of the trauma that they see every day. We're changing that right here. We're going to talk about it, and I'm going to give you some things that are helpful for me, but as well as hopefully you. First and foremost, whenever you see something traumatic, it is okay to debrief and talk about it. I actually think that's a healthy thing to find a coworker, a spouse, a parent, a friend, somebody that you know and trust that you can divulge all of these crazy details and things that are spiraling through your head and put them out there verbally, so that way you're not continuously replaying them in your mind. I would encourage you not to shove all of the things that you see into the back dark corner of your brain, because all of that trauma that you're experiencing every day will come back to haunt you at some point, and it's probably not going to be at any time convenient. The next thing is you really have to understand that a lot of patients that come into the hospital that end up coding or dying have had a long medical history of something. Patients are allowed to make their own life decisions. They're allowed to ride on a motorcycle without a helmet. They're allowed to drink a liter of vodka a day. They are allowed to smoke for 60 years. And that is not your choice. That is not your responsibility, and you can't assume the responsibility of the outcome of all of their choices. As nurses, we are there to help people and meet people where they are at currently, and that is the best that we can do, is help them in that moment. And sometimes that moment is a patient that has a cardiac arrest on your shift, or is a patient that you're maybe transitioning to hospice and comfort care and allowing them to pass away during your shift. A lot of new nurses have this thought of, I'm going to save every single person that I interact with. And let's throw that thought out the window. That's not the case. You're going to help every person that you interact with, and you may not help them by saving their life. You may help them by allowing them to be peaceful when they pass away, by educating their family about the steps and processes of death, by calling a family member during a cardiac arrest to let them know, hey, you need to come in and be with your loved one. Those things may not seem helpful, but truly they are. Okay, I have so much more to talk about this, so I'm actually going to do a part 2. I've never done a part 2 on a tip of the week, so stay tuned. I will post the part 2.